Like where you pull up there, look, you catch the crank arm.
Yeah, I do.
I am, yeah. You see, like here. Yeah.
Right. Who are you and why are you here?
Apparently, I'm someone that can't ride a bike. I've basically just had 5 minutes being told all the things that I do wrong.
Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
We're back to see Bottrill to, basically, part of this is the involvement of, that's not a word, is it?
Evolution.
The evolution. Quite like involvement, that sounds good. The evolution of what we started in January, of trying to look at kind of what else am I doing calf-wise. I did a few things in January, but I wasn't changing my bars in January, so we were a bit limited. Whereas we've now got to the point of we're just going to change the bars to give me more like leverage to get me back in the saddle, hopefully offload the calves a bit more. Basically what it comes down to is that I don't pedal properly, so that's basically where most of my issues are coming from. So I've got homework to do.
So what's up today? Everything.
Everything, I think. Everything.
It's always another job, isn't it? Yeah, so basically today is, the goal is that we're going to switch out like this front end. So we've got this new great system that we're using. And obviously we've got a lot more arm support, which ultimately will mean that if I can stabilise Ruth here, then she's more planted on like the saddle, and then we can learn it. Well, we can teach her to pedal more efficiently. Because everybody watching this, a saddle's too high. That's what you're all going to say. But it's the technique of pedalling that we've got to work on really. Because like the thing with Ruth is she's almost like very powerful. She can labour like a big gear, and it's the most efficient way for her to pedal. I find this a lot with like female athletes, especially like in triathlon. But we've just got to like work on like pedal technique ultimately, because it's like for Ruth, she gets to like that 6 o'clock phase, and then she like really engages like a calf, and then you'll see her like pull up like this to generate like the power. You know, and we're just going to focus on like two things. There's other things that we can do like long term. We can go to a shorter crank. We can use a different, a different pedal. But if we can't change like too much, the ultimate goal out of leaving here today is Ruth gets back racing and starts kicking ass. That's what I want to be able to see.
That's what I want to see too.
And then you do like that heel flip like that. So yeah, and then you've got to slow it down, that's it, and you pull. You can see it like straight away. But I do think like once we get you here, get that saddle. What's mine?
What was yours?
36. Let's see what Ruth's are.
Massive.
They're nearly 40. She's 4 centimetres bigger than mine. So yeah, okay. That's impressive. Right. Radio, jump up.
I know how this video is going to start.
Right.
Ruth's what is 4 centimetres bigger? Start all sorts of rumours like that.
So it's amazing, like it looks dead eye this does, but it's not at all. That's what I love about it.
What's the first step?
Be an electrician.
Be an electrician. Trying to make this look a bit neater, and we're just going to try out a few different bar configurations really. I just want to get all this to flow. Because you can see, like, as soon as I go into like here, I'm just sitting so differently on like the saddle. That's what Ruth's going to experience in a minute. But I really want to push back now. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, but she's the main lady. We've got to see how she feels. Right. Okay.
Don't need to be able to see.
How is it?
Fast. Yeah, it's good. It definitely gives a bit more, I was going to say leverage, but it's not the right word, but like it gives you more to like push against. Feels more secure, which is nice.
And how are the shoes not currently mid-cleat?
These little dancing shoes, yeah, good. Yeah, it kind of explains a bit more like why I didn't notice a massive difference in mid-cleat, of just like the way that I cycle. Yeah, no, it feels, I think the bigger difference would be when we've like moved the saddle a bit and got the bars on properly. I think that'll feel quite different. So.
Sweet. What are you up to, Matt?
So we're just fine tuning it all in. Like, I've got a bit of OCD, so I want to make it look like really neat. But yeah, we're gonna get this classified. I want to have all the cables so everything's internal into the frame, well, into the bars.
And what about the reach?
And then the reach is we're just making sure that everything just flows like in like a line. Like all this is designed as a system. So when the hand's in the position, then we're connected to it. Obviously, we don't want to be like over here. And then I want Ruth to be like over the button. So then, you know, she's not going to move out of aero. Because that's where it all gets confused. Everyone comes, oh, I'm ex-aero. But in an Ironman, we want sustainable aero, you know. And that's what Ruth's got, but yeah, we should be even more efficient as well. Efficient and aero, they're the new words.
Efficiency.
Efficiency.
That's what we like.
Right, where are you up to?
So basically, we've customised everything on this bike so far to make it all look fit. I think it looks pretty cool now. It's just always harder, you know, like when you've got somebody that's a bit smaller and you're just trying to fit them into like the bike. But so yeah.
A bit smaller though. He didn't say midget. He just said a bit smaller.
Yeah. So we've had to custom cut everything, make it all fit, but it's looking pretty neat now. But it's just like all these little things that, you know, it just adds up to big gains really. And it makes you feel good if it looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Excited?
Woo, woo, woo. Matt also promised he's going to find me an extra like 50 watts. So.
You're not going to have to pedal anymore.
Yeah. When I learn how to pedal properly.
Yeah.
Is that Russell?
Yeah, good. Other than I still can't pedal. Yeah, I need to be less ballet dancer pointy toes and more, I don't know what, but
How does it feel?
yeah, no, position feels good though. I think like where we've got to with like front ends and saddle feels like a lot more, I think like especially for a course like Nice it'll be good because you've got more to like kind of brace yourself on, which is good. So feeling fast.
I'm comfy.
I think the good thing about it now, if you don't ride a mid foot like for Nice as well, it'll probably be it's a better shoe position really. There's no doubt I know what fucking hell like now.
Like,
Yeah, it's all gone really well. It's just like a lot of work. It's just like so custom, like everything that we've had to do. You know, like trying to get all of this to fit. It looks like dead simple, but it's trying. You know, like we've tried to keep this plate as low as we can. So cutting all of this away, and then even cutting the pads, the poles, so it's all custom fit. But we're in a really good position now. Like the roof, you know, like she feels a lot more stable on like the saddle. This in theory she's got a lower saddle height as well now. We're back in like a normal cleat position. So it's just going to be like doing like some pedal technique work now. It's like loads of different things that she can do. So it's going to be up to her to put it into play really. So hopefully she'll listen and go away and work.
what's up next?
Next up, we're just going to look at Ruth's road bike just to make sure that that's flowing. There's nothing that stands out really, and we'll go from there.
Any input?
Nope. Not my area of expertise.
How's the road bike feeling?
Much better. Again, I feel like I'm not sat in a little armchair. So after I saw Matt in January and we changed like mid-cleat, and he was like, oh, you should probably like adjust your saddle on the other bike a bit. I hadn't really set the road bike up properly in the first place, and then I basically just put the saddle pretty much as far down as it would go, which probably wasn't the best. So no, we now have like a good position, much more comfy, slightly different saddle. So yeah, that actually feels way better. So I think that's going to be quite good just for my steady rides that I do on the little road bike.
What have you changed?
Yeah, so a couple of things really. One, pedal, like the width of like the pedals. So the roof is like basically riding like this, catching like the crank arms. On the other bike we had pedal washers in, on this one the pedal washers. Saddle setback on that other bike was way too far behind like the bottom bracket. So we've got a new saddle on that stabilises the pelvis a lot more. And it just opens her up around like the hips, and she's not doing like this rocking, and she's not pedaling like that anymore. So, and then just rotate your brake levers in. Ideally, I'd want to get her on like a narrow bar. That's something that we can look at doing. But yeah, we've got two good positions now that she just needs to get training on and working on pedal effectiveness drills.
It's camera action. What have you been up to?
Mainly just chatting shit today.
Sweet.
No, I have come down to Loughborough to see Bottrill to, kind of tidy up the front end of my TT bike a bit. There were changes we were thinking about making in January, but I wasn't sure what front end I was going to go with, so we left it for a bit. I also wanted to get into look at my road bike position as well, just to check that was alright, because I'd kind of made some changes that, as it turns out, I probably shouldn't have made. I think just with obviously ongoing injury stuff, etc., we're just constantly looking at what else can I do to try and reduce that risk going forward. So that's probably been the key sort of driver of come back, look at kind of, am I sat in the saddle properly? Is the weight distributed right? Obviously trying to stay aero. And then the next step of that is then also just trying to be more efficient of, pedal properly is number one. So it's been good. We obviously spent a lot of time on the TT bikes. They're fiddly, and with how small all my bikes are, it's much harder. So it takes a lot more work trying to fit stuff in and keep it looking tidy. So that was probably 3.5 hours of TT bike tinkering. Really happy with the position we've got to, with how it feels. Obviously I've not ridden it outside yet, but we'll do that tomorrow. But it feels off the face of it just way more stable at the front end. And then road bike, we've moved the saddle position quite a lot and got a new saddle on. And moved the hoods in a bit, so that also just feels way more comfy. I feel like I've now got, almost feels like 2 new bikes to ride, which is exciting.
No, it's good. Lesson is, never mess with your own bike. Next time, send all your bikes in, we'll get them fixed.